Hello, welcome to another reading. My name's Jenna and this is the Fiery Healer channel. We're going to do a tarot and oracle read today. I always start off by drumming to help clear the space, and I actually already did that. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so we can get right into it. I think today we're going to use a deck, forget what it's called. I think it's called the Neo Tarot. It was actually one of my first decks. Looks like this on the back. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I've already prayed also. Let me light a candle too for a little light energy. Alright, so I don't know if you all felt any intense energies around the equinox, eclipse. It feels a bit like I was put through the ringer, like through the washer and dryer, but here I am, here we are, still alive, still making it. So let's see any messages for those of us watching this video that help guide us in our path, support our health, wellness, relationships, well-being. Page of Swords. Okay. Get a few more cards here. There's definitely a flow to her dance there. She's moving really beautifully. We got the Lovers in reverse and Strength. Okay. So you may be feeling a difficulty related to a relationship with another person or a decision that you have to make. That's some of the things the Lovers can represent. And can you clarify the Page of Swords, please? Is this an energy that's needed or an energy that's already here? Okay, I got the Sun. The Sun came out pretty much in reverse. So I do think that there is some what may feel like darkness right now, maybe not knowing the way forward in relation to a particular relationship or situation. And, you know, this state of flow might be more of a goal right now than an actuality. Let's also clarify the Strength card. The Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands can mean sudden movement. So we have two cards out here where there's movement happening. Okay, so you might be, this might mean that you're going to be moving into the Strength energy pretty quickly here. What would aid collective in moving into that Strength energy? Well, there's several things that have happened here. We had a bunch flip over. We also had some come out. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, which can mean like rest and recuperation after heartbreak or after a period of difficulty. Then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards to get some more clarity on this. I feel like there's a tension between the rest and the two cards that came out that symbolize movement and action. Because Knight of Swords in reverse would also be like some sort of fast action is being blocked. And it might be because the Knight of Swords energy can be a little bit too fast. So that's not a bad thing that that's in reverse, especially with the Ace of Swords being upright. It's really positive. Aces are really positive. But I feel like there's a tension here between like being in that resting energy and then also wanting something to move forward faster. And maybe it's not a tension, it's just that you're not quite there yet. You're in the in-between space, the liminal space. 5 of Spells in reverse. Yeah, so this is like there was some kind of fighting or argument. And this, along with the Lovers in reverse, I feel like you might be in recuperation stage right now from a conflict with a lover or some other important relationship in your life, or a decision that needs to be made that you're not quite moving towards action on. But the good news is that, you know, the actual like argument and fighting part, that might be over. And the truth is here. Ace of Swords representing truth. So let's actually clarify the Ace of Swords. Tell us more about the Ace of Swords energy. This is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I love this. Oh my God. And we got the Ace of Boons, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I love this card. Okay. So whatever truth is being eliminated, that is not what I meant to say. Illuminated. Why did I say eliminated though? Whatever truth is being eliminated. Tell me more about whatever truth is being eliminated. 5 of Challenges and Strength. Okay, so the truth that's being eliminated, I'm going to trust that slip up because I was looking right at these and this is lit up and the Ace of Swords is like light, air, like bright truth. So I'm going to trust the fact that I said eliminated because you would have thought I would have actually said illuminated. So the truth that's being eliminated is that at one point you actually did have to use your strength energy to help you get through challenges. So here we have the strength out again. So the strength is a major card. It's called Major Arcana in the tarot, and we have it twice now. In both decks it came out. That's what it looks like. So the truth that's being eliminated is related to the 5 of Challenges. So the truth that's being eliminated is you needing to fight. You needing to use your strength to fight. Look, he's ready if he needs to. And another reason that I know that that energy isn't needed anymore is because you also had this fighting card in reverse. So the strength that's, oh, and then look, the bottom of the deck. Much more merry. Maybe you can use your strength now to come into community with a trio of friends. Maybe you're going to go out and go to a sporting event or a Halloween-related trick-or-treating or, you know, apple orchard or pumpkin carving with like 2 good friends or 2 children or your aunt and your uncle or 2 siblings or 2 coworkers, you know. Let's use our strength for planning and implementing that sort of thing versus needing to be ready for the next fight. Yeah, and the reason why it's a truth that's being eliminated is because at one point you did need to do this. But yeah, the fact that you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Boons, which is the Ace of Pentacles, I still want to clarify that more. Let's clarify the Ace of... I actually want to clarify it with another deck. I'll leave the Strength card out here too. I want to clarify it with the Earth Magic deck. And we'll just light the Palo Santo one more time. This is a cool reading. Yeah, I don't know if you've experienced this before of, reflecting on something that you needed at one point in your life and how you don't need to draw on that as much anymore. It's still a tool in your toolbox, but that energy can be channeled into something else. And what I think is cool about that is in reflecting on that, there's also an honoring versus a shaming, because it's easy to be like, well, why did I ever have to be in that energy? Well, because that's where you were at the time. And the energies you were dealing with might have actually required that. It's not that you were doing the wrong thing. It's just that based on where you were at and who you were attracting at that point and what you were attracted to, that was the energy that you were in and that was needed. But now the fact that you don't need to use your strength in that way, and that Three of Visions card came out, the Three of Cups with the three bears dancing, and that you have two aces out here. I mean, there's definitely new ways of abundance coming in. There's new truths coming in. All right, let's clarify. Do you have any advice for those watching this reading? Oh, I was going to clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Summer solstice, radiance. Okay, I'm actually going to read this one to you guys. Okay, I'll hold it a little closer. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped, and sun. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much needed rest. We had the Four of Swords out, which is the rest card, before making the next circuit across the sky from one solstice to the next. Its ceaseless, predictable certainty having existed since before the time of our ancestors. There are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or chariot. With the summer solstice comes a culmination of the sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all the inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound, passion and playfulness are themes. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest days of the year. We instinctively seek the light, and during this cycle there is an abundance of it. And the advice on the card is, let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most important, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. In one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more, notice the beauty of nature, see the humor and the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those with whom you are closest. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. I love it. So we have the Ace of Swords and Summer Solstice Radiance. I also want to get one more card from the Archangel Michael deck. This is a really beautiful reading. Any advice going forward into the week ahead for those watching this video? What support can they draw on? Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. It's a woman with a lot of rainbow light around her. There's a lot of light in this reading. And I don't know about where you are, where you're watching this from, but here where I live, it's been very warm. And that's not completely atypical for this time of year, but it is probably warmer than normal. So we do still have a lot of this like warm light energy, although the days are getting darker. And then it's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. So between this, which has a boy playing frisbee with the dog, and the summer solstice card, which talks about getting outside, I would definitely, as you look into your week ahead, plan some time for play. Maybe it's taking your kid to the lake. Maybe it's just honestly finding a few 30-minute blocks of time where you're just gonna just go outside and like listen to the sounds and look more closely at what's around you. Maybe it's, actually playing a game or a sport, and just building in a little bit more time for that. I do think that play energy will be helpful in shifting from, using your energy towards fighting or dealing with a conflict to using your energy towards communing with others and just being aware of where your energy is going. So that's a really beautiful message. I'm going to end it there, but I will be back soon. Have a great night, day, morning. Love you all. Until later.